Hello, everyone. I want to try to touch base a little bit, tell everyone where I'm at. And you know what? As for my cigarettes, I do not condone cigarettes. But I just before my life, because I'm going to bring you up to date where I'm at. All I have to do just to get back get forward to where I need to be. To finish the work that I had been planning and had in my heart 10 years. And it's going to be it's just so much, and I've been alone, literally alone, even my children. But I'm not going to say. I'm just going to touch base on some things where I'm at right now, and tell how I worried so much when this began with me, because until I tell it from the beginning, and I'm going to do this all in an orderly manner, but I have to get myself in order first. But when it first began, I was so worried about those new, and forgive me, all the comments that I could not reply to, people that had, some of them, I was so glad to hear that my words had helped others, and that's what it's about. And I'm going to bring you back up. I'm going to make this one real short, and then I'm going to start, I just made lists this morning. My whole life was taken, okay? I'm not going to say it all. Papers disarranged, my identity. I ended up calling the FBI twice. I could never get it together to present it. But I'm not going to go into it all now. It's a big story. I also believe my writings have been stolen, and probably, I hope something's good being done with it. But I'm going to touch on all these things. I'm going to make short videos. It's going to take me time, and I can't wait to get back and see how everyone's doing, and to connect with many people. I know there's been many people. I knew what was happening all through it. And through my years of revelation and epiphanies, I had so much to share then. But now I do not regret what I've just come through, because it has made me assured, confident, I have overcome. And I will talk about how salvation works, and I've said it in my videos. I didn't just begin to speak these things. I've been speaking them and writing them for years. Never had time to write. So I was always jotting notes. And, and then I started finding I'm going to go into all of it, how I started finding my old journals that I haven't seen in years popping up in my house. Where did that come from? I have a great story to tell. But not all of it needs to be told. Only the outcome and what has come forth from it. And I get back to when it first began. It's things I did not understand, and I learned a lot through technology, but I didn't know what was happening in my life, and there was a great fearful evil, and I will explain that. And if anyone else has went through that as deeply as I have, that's why I was in such a hurry. I was frantic to get back and comfort people. Those that I knew was just starting to, those who I had planted those seeds in. And I told you, and I spoke all these things. My life is documented for like the last 10 years. So those who did, I'm going to get into all this, those who did this to my life, which I know a good was done through it, because the wicked greedy did not know that had the others not already known what they was going to do, or they quickly found out. Because it didn't go unnoticed when I disappeared from my life. And then it was when you raised a banner, when you started speaking evil of me. And I will get into drug use, because that's a whole story. I ended up having to do something against my own soul just so I could make it through to where I am today. No, I'm not going to break down, because you knew not what you was doing. And you're going to see, there's some of you that's going to see what salvation is, what love is. You had to learn it. And some of us had to suffer for your learning. And when it comes to religion, when it comes to everything, I will put all that out because I know what I know now. And I'm not being smart with anyone. When you hear what has happened, and if that happened to anyone, and if you're still going through it, you will get through it. All you have is what's in you. You can trust in no one, nothing. Your faith in God is your understanding, not what the world has taught. Because that religion and the denominations and the indoctrinations and bringing people against, that is what has got us to this part. And just as it says, until we come into the unity of one faith. I know what Christ means, who Christ is, who is Jesus, what Jesus means to me. There was so much more that, and the thing is, when I've been brought to see what I have seen these months, it puts a whole new spin on things. But the only thing that mattered was that the work was done. And now I see it done. It was done here. And it's like, all I wanted for myself was, after building 10 years, but I'm going to go into that because I don't care for riches. I wanted a house, a home for my family. I wanted a place to do my work, to put out a good word and help others. This didn't have to go on, and I was denied everything, but it was all for good. And, I hope to find eventually, because I could not, so someone has taken my writings, and I've seen people speaking, as long as good's being done through it, but you can't profit on it. Now, I could profit on my story, but if I was to profit on my story, it would only be that I would have to give others, because I want nothing for myself. I have been literally taken everything from me. All I had and how it happened. Once you come through here, there is nothing that can stop you. But that's why they kept keeping me down. Keep her down. Don't let her get up. Don't let her get up. We got to finish our work. We got to put our eggs in our basket, and we got to get it all together. But you didn't know. You was only getting it all together. You was made known through your actions. And when you spoke evil of me, a loved person in this city, someone that cares about this city, not only this city, everybody, I have never held a grudge. I have never, I'm trying to help the person that now lives in my house, that works at my store, that is with the man I thought I'd be with. Because where I've been brought to, it's a whole new life. I have that life. I am that life. And I don't even know. I cannot wait to reconnect, to see how others have grown. I have peace for the first time, real peace. I've known peace. I've known love. That's what got me through. But now, it's that hope. It's no longer unseen. And I was cut off from the world. But when I get reconnected, and that's when I'm going to just cut this short, my voice is going to go out to many. And I will get back to how I believe my journals and stuff. Someone's been studying my stuff. But I thought, if they don't have it in here, it's not going to do nothing there. You might pray over a profit off of trying to expand on something I've spoken. But my life, I've known since I was a child what my life is for. I speak this out of anger. And it's not for anger for those who they're greedy so much. It's for that's what you learned. I'm angry of the ignorance and the selfishness. And I got some things to say. I just watched Obama's 2016 State of the Union, and that was everything he spoke was my faith coming to life, was what I have held to. And that's a whole story. And I want to speak on, because I have been disconnected. I have been displaced. I have been homeless now. Homes that I bought with Steve from money we made together. I've had a judge knowing that they was lying, that let him evict me from my house, evict my grandchildren and grandchildren, and it's all for me to be an example, and I will be an example. But you don't have to know, because I'm going to separate all these accounts and these phones and devices and others that's been used against my life, and I'm going to learn from it. And when I come through it, I'm going to help bring others through it. My life is to serve this community and people. I have a duty to God and man, and it's not about a religion. And those who speak evil of Islam and all this, and this one, this Christianity, this one, that's a disgrace to the Savior that you think, that you say you believe in. Because this is salvation. This was faith fulfilled. And I don't care who says, oh, she's boasting, because when my words come out right, I can be angry, but that's against me to be angry. And as for drugs, I ended up having to do something when I couldn't even walk up the stairs. I was so broken, and I was almost dead. This almost killed me. And the people, and the one that I loved me most, he didn't care. I realized at one point, it was insane what happened, but I knew somehow there was a way that everyone was ill-affected, their minds. But now, if I can have anything to say about it, because I've still showed love every day, all through it, to these who is doing this. I hugged the man yesterday, a Muslim. He's a Muslim. I've never hugged Muhammad. He's one, and I don't want to even say names, because I don't want no one in trouble. It's out of, when you've done out of ignorance, but I'm going to speak on all that, because my life, I am made strong through everything. And what I've just come through, I only hope that others haven't. And I can't wait to reconnect, to see how those who was growing in spirit. I used to check on Ambrose, and also I want to take down some of my videos. I'm going to get it all in one, but I'm going to start with one channel. This Epiphany of Nancy, I just got it on my tablet. My life was taken over with devices and all this. I don't even know where I stand in anything. I haven't got my taxes, my store. I was told my store's not mine. A month later, I found I'm the only one that it shows that's ever, since we've been together, that's ever paid taxes. And, I know what I'm going to do. And I don't regret what's happened. And I still love those people. And I want them to know salvation, because salvation is forgiveness. Salvation is, I'll say that. You have to become whole. Salvation is becoming whole. Overcoming lies. The truth shall set you free. But the hardest part was I didn't know how to come after I started realizing and knowing the place I am. How do I go to tell, I haven't talked to the lottery. I think they made it look like I was on drugs when something happened. I think IRS came. There was something about lottery, $17,000 that Steve went to court. I think the idea, because I was trying to be put away, just like it was. That scripture, all those things have come in here through the years of my revelation. That is when scripture is fulfilled to a point, because there's levels. I knew where I was at through everything. I knew the scriptures that was relating to my life at the time. I knew what those scriptures meant. I knew what salvation begins in the home meant. I was so ready to share many things. And this has made me to be really ready to overcome all things, overcome fear. I still had uncertainties, things I did not understand. And now, you know, I don't want to understand the whole mystery of the universe and all the making. I've seen things that I have been I have been blessed to see the things I've seen. I have sit there and wept for hours straight, watching the heavens inside and out. I have seen everything I love written in heaven. I have seen everything I love written on the wall. I know that's the story I know about. You heard of Sistine Chapel. Who was that? Michelangelo. Was it Michelangelo? He. I know he saw that. If that's true, there's the Sistine Chapel. I've never been. You know, I don't. You know, I only can say on some. Well, just forget it. But I believe he saw that. You know, he saw the vision of because I saw those on my wall. I could have taken a pencil. I learned a lot about art, you know, just by what I saw. And I'm not even going to go there. Because if you believe not the things, the earthly things I tell you, how will you believe if I tell you heavenly things? I was shown things that was way far, but for 4 years I was prepared. My mind, my heart was prepared. More and more. And I'm not just saying that now. It's through all my videos. And the hundreds that I didn't post. And that, you know, who knows where they're at, which... And that's all I'm going to say for now. Oh, one thing. I'm going to show a video. And I really don't want to, because I'm going to try the whole thing. I'm going to save something. I'll save it for the next one. I'll make that real quick. But I might post this video just to show the shaking and how I am together. But when I try to tell you all at once, it's impossible because it was totally insane. And it's not who I am. It's not what I care. But I feel like I need to share some things, you know, so people understand, you know, why I haven't been here, what happened in my life. I was taken away from my life. I was cut off from everything. Through devices. They're wicked devices. But the wicked use their devices wickedly. You can use them for good. The internet can be good, used to do much good. But right now, I got... See, every time I thought I was trying to get ready and I was displaced and could not have the time. I have a this is just the notes I made. This is just what I need to say and do. Just part of it that I made this morning. Just got in there. Then I'm going to keep it in order because I got so much disorder. And now I do plan to go to school. And I got to talk about how I was held wrongly at a hospital, but I saw a lot of good through it. It was a week. Me, schizophrenic, me, psychosis. Why don't you better go look at my 400 videos or however many that I've made. They didn't know. See, just like Steve never looked at my videos, I think he's seen them now. And he knows. My whole life has been documented for the last 10 years. If you're going to speak something evil, you better speak it against someone who's not documented, who don't have many witnesses. And I'm speaking like this now because I'm upset that I have to go through this, because all I want to do is go on and do things in my community, bring my community together, maybe start my pizza. They have taken my store. I want to be working. I have no money coming in. They've done tax things. I have a mess and I need help. And I know after I get this all set, I'll have plenty of help. Because I don't want to deal with the legal issues on it. I want just enough to go on. I want to start. It's a new beginning. And I am not sure what to call it yet because I don't know what's going on in the world. I'm just now starting to see. I didn't know who did this to me. I didn't know who's on my side. Is Obama still who I thought he was? You know, I am working, but I don't get no pay, but I know it will pay off. I know it already has. And if anyone, like I said, if anyone's still going through these troubles, it's the honest heart. You don't have to understand everything out there, everything God. You just have to be honest to yourself. And then you are honest to God. To thine own self be true, and thou shalt not be false to no other. And I came to a point where all I had was what was in me. And the clothes on my back. And my whole life was just to go through these things so others don't have to. They can know the life. Not the suffering and striving and all this bull crap. Oh, I'm going to say that I'm not going. I have so much to say. And I'm going to trying to just do it slowly. And I'm hoping to be able to reconnect. Just one of my Tiffany and Nancy try to do one of my phones. Then I want to cut off and shut down all the videos on other things. I want to know what's going out on my channels. I have not had no control. So if Google, someone can help. Right now I'm working, or even call me. When I open the phone, I'd be able to connect because some help could help me do this so easily. So quickly. That when alone, I can only do. I had it from the beginning. I knew what I separate these accounts, make one Google account, get rid of all these stupid emails that someone was working against me. Then I found that everything I was doing on the little Asus or Asus or whatever, the tablet, that I would make changes, but I'd go to my store and the changes wouldn't be on my account. And there's also an coffee that was made on our computer, and there's just so much that was done with accounts. And it's, here's the bottom line though: let him that stole steal no more, and let people be accountable. But it's a whole new day. I've seen so much good. I see my city being cleaned up, built up. I see opportunity. And you know what? No matter who people Obama the Antichrist or this and this and this is happening. That's what your mind. It doesn't matter. You can't change what someone else is doing. You can only change yourself. So stop talking and start doing the work. And I'm sorry if I seem like I'm just speaking from my heart. And because I have to go through this to do this instead of just show the peace and do the work and live and love. I have to sort out a freaking mess that greedy people made, because there's a new way coming, and there won't be no more mess. But you got to do your part. It's been a great work that I don't even know how many are. I think people might be starting to. I'm going to save that for another video. Salvation has come, but many did not recognize it. But some are starting to, just many things will. I'm going to start rattling, so I'm going to start keeping things to the point. Like I said a long time ago, this was only a finishing work in me, And I'm also going to do a video because I am going to tell Steve, you guys need to offer me something. I can't change what's been done through my name, my kids. For different accounts. I haven't even got to the banks. I'm going to save that for a video. There's much to be said. But I want enough to start my life, to be able to have enough to live, to do this work that I have to get ready. So I can get my because my life was never for me. And I thought, now I know I'm allowed to have happiness. I once told Steve when we first got together, I'm not supposed to be happy in this world. He said, well, that's foolish. And I really thought that. I said, how can you be happy when there's so much suffering and you don't even know what your children's going to have? And now I know, because of where we're at today, I was shown happiness and peace. And I know I am allowed to have it. See, and you can be an example. People, their good habits can be catchy too. You start, and I see it already happen. Everything that I spoke before, I see happening. Those gardens are being planted, those trees, and it's going to happen more and more. And salvation happens here, and then into the home. It has to happen here first. Happens in the home, at this home, and then it goes here to your children, because they see it. You become that example, and then your children see that, and they become an example, and that spreads out to the neighborhoods, and then to the communities, and to the world. But through the internet, used rightly, my work was just going to be a little work in my community. But because of how this is happening, many more people will be reached. And there will be new jobs. It's just a new way. And I will be starting my contact. I'm going to save a few contacts. I just got so much to do to get myself in order. But I'm now rightly in order. Because all I had was what was in me, and that was love. I'm not able to hold a grudge. I'm not able to want someone to pay. I hope so. Well, I know that makes sense, but it's going to be slowly, and I cannot wait to see how some of you are doing. And Jamila, I don't know how the baby is, and I don't, my life has just been chaos, but baby's beautiful. I hope Pearl's doing well out there, Brother Phil. All those that I had wanted to reply and comment, and I hope everyone's doing good. And I know you'll come through, and those of you who are struggling or having, I knew some great evil, and all you had, even things that's supernatural. There's no better way to say it. Spirit realm, that it was in here you overcome. In here, you master what's in here. And people say, Lord, Lord. If you're being led out from here, and you have to have it in here. You be led from inside. The Lord rules from inside. What rules over you. And then you become that example of who is your Lord. And many have a lot to learn about. What is the Lord? What is Christ? What is Jesus? Because through all my life, now I know salvation. And I know what's going to unfold next is, but all I can do is my part daily. And I'm going to get back to some of the scriptures to show these things, what has happened. And again, I know someone, if anyone stole my stuff to profit, or I don't know, but I don't really care, because that's yesterday, and the truth will stand through all this mess. But I went on too long. I promise you, 10-minute videos for a while, to the point, just to catch up, because when I get caught up, then I need to make a community account. But right now I'm working on my Epiphany and Nancy one, trying to get it all on here, scratch stuff off so I can get one, go to gather all my emails, just so I can, in Dropboxes and drives and all this. I was so overwhelmed by all that was shown to me, and the technology, and the Microsoft 10, but when I get it together and use it, then I will help others. I plan to go back to be a peer specialist. I want to go to IT. But I can't. I don't plan that far ahead. I can just do what I can do today. And I got a lot to get together. This is how salvation works. But you got to do your part. Okay? Boys and many waters. One body, many vessels. It's just going to take some time. I love you all. Hope all's well. Be blessed. And a blessing to others. it's a new day.